The second part of Cobra Kai has been the most impactful of the entire series, and we're all eagerly awaiting the third part of the season. What will happen to Cobra Kai? What will be Johnny Lawrence's fate? I'll tell you all about it here. Today on Charlietales, I'll show you everything we know about part 3 of the season. I'll reveal leaked photos, theories, and all the information I've gathered. Needless to say, this video contains major spoilers, so consider yourself warned. Ready? Let's go. As you know, for a long time, information about what would happen in part 2 of Cobra Kai had been leaked. Many of these leaks seemed fake, but ended up being true. For example, Kwan's death or Kenny's return to Miyagi-Do, everything came true. At this point, the leaks are quite reliable. With this context, I'll now share what will happen in part 3 using all the available material. First, the leaks tell us that Kwan's death will change everything. The Sekai Taikai will be on the verge of cancellation. However, the tournament's organizers will agree to resume it outside Barcelona. Thus, the finals of the Sekai Taikai will take place in All Valley, the hometown of our protagonist. Several photos confirm this information. For example, this one shows Daniel, and to the left, it clearly says All Valley Sports Arena. If you have doubts, here's another photo with students from 2 dojos, where the name All Valley is even clearer. So it's confirmed, the Sekai Taikai final will be in All Valley. Another important question is, what will happen to Cobra Kai? The leaks suggest that Kwan's death will bring dishonor to the dojo, leading Sensei Kim Da-yoon to withdraw from the tournament, along with her students. This will leave Kreese without a dojo, effectively ending Cobra Kai's participation in the Sekai Taikai. But here's the important part. This opens the door for Johnny Lawrence to reopen the dojo with his own version of Cobra Kai, far removed from the philosophies of Kreese and Silver. These rumors are already confirmed through leaked photos. In these images, we can see Johnny wearing a Cobra Kai uniform. According to the leaks, Johnny will be able to join the Sekai Taikai because of Kreese's withdrawal. So yes, my friends, Johnny Lawrence's Cobra Kai will return, just as Stingray mentioned, and as we all hoped. But who will Johnny's students be? According to the leaks, the team captains will be Miguel and Tori. This aligns with these leaked photos, where we see Miguel wearing a Cobra Kai uniform and the captain's bandana on his head. This makes perfect sense. If Miguel becomes a captain, he'll have the chance to face Robbie or Axel in the tournament. Remember, the Sekai Taikai has already reached the semi-final and final stages, meaning only team captains will participate from here on out. If Miguel weren't a captain, he wouldn't play any role in part 3, but as captain of the new Cobra Kai, he will be crucial to the series' future, and Johnny Lawrence will be able to guide him. In fact, in part 2, when Johnny and Miguel visited Carmen in the hospital, she said the phrase, "You started this, now you must finish it." For me, that moment made it clear that Miguel and Johnny will be the ones to end the series. There's a reason the show is called Cobra Kai, not Miyagi-Do. This line from Carmen is more telling than any leak. Everything will end with Miguel and Johnny. What will happen to the Iron Dragons? Of course, they'll continue in the tournament under Silver's leadership. Recently, Netflix released a new teaser for part 3, where we see Robbie resuming his semi-final battle against Axel. The clip is short, but we see Robbie landing a super kick on Axel. This is significant, because in their first encounter, Robbie couldn't even touch him. But in part 3, things will improve for him. Both will resume their fight in the semi-finals. The leaks don't reveal who will win, but I believe Robbie won't be enough to defeat Axel. He'll likely inflict some damage, but won't win. The most logical scenario is Axel facing Miguel in the finals. Since part 2, the series has shown how Axel developed feelings for Sam, creating a rivalry with Miguel. This can't be a coincidence. The series clearly intends for Miguel to be Axel's main rival. And as I mentioned, Miguel will now be Cobra Kai's captain, enabling him to face Axel in the Sekai Taikai final. Let's talk about another leaked photo I shared a while ago. In it, we see Anthony LaRusso wearing a Cobra Kai uniform. At the time, I thought this might be a production joke. But with the new information, it's clear to me that Anthony will also be part of Johnny Lawrence's Cobra Kai. This could either be for the Sekai Taikai or for the distant future. I theorize that Johnny Lawrence will reopen his dojo in the valley after the Sekai Taikai, continuing as a karate teacher and gaining new students like Anthony. This even aligns with another photo released earlier, showing Stingray wearing a Cobra Kai uniform. He'll likely return to the dojo once Johnny Lawrence is in charge. Recently, another photo was released, showing several characters wearing Cobra Kai uniforms. Tori, Sam, Miguel, Kenny, and even Daniel on the right are all present. What's happening here? This photo threw me off because I don't fully understand it. The only scenario where this makes sense to me is if it happens during the tournament finals. At this point, Miyagi-Do must have been eliminated, and the grand final would be between Axel of the Iron Dragons and Miguel of Cobra Kai. In this case, all of Miguel's friends would wear Cobra Kai uniforms to support him symbolically. That's the only way this photo makes sense to me, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. This is the one image I can't fully interpret. Another key moment will be the rematch between Johnny Lawrence and Sensei Wolf. This isn't a surprise. Part 2 already introduced a rivalry between these characters. They will fight again in the Sekai Taikai. It's been leaked for some time that the Sekai Taikai will organize a Sensei tournament in Part 3. Here, we'll see Daniel, Johnny, and Sensei Wolf compete. In fact, there's a leaked photo clearly showing Johnny representing Cobra Kai, with Sensei Wolf's name on the right. For me, the most logical conclusion is that the Sensei tournament will end with a battle between Daniel and Johnny. This isn't from the leaks, it's just my speculation, but it would make sense. We haven't seen a fight between them in Season 6, and it would be perfect to close the series with one final showdown between the iconic rivals of the saga. Lastly, Part 3 is likely to include significant character development for Johnny Lawrence. In addition to everything I've shared, a leaked photo shows Daniel posing with a child. This boy is Thomas Parabek, who previously appeared in Cobra Kai. Specifically, he played young Johnny Lawrence in Season 4 flashbacks when Johnny recalled his childhood and trauma with his mother. If he's here, it means we'll see more flashbacks of Johnny's past. We might gain more context about his beginnings with John Kreese in Cobra Kai. But what about John Kreese? I theorize that Kreese will finally make peace with Johnny Lawrence. Season 6 began with Kreese training to eliminate his weakness for Johnny, and it seemed he succeeded. But in the final episode of Part 2, Johnny defended him from Silver. I'm convinced this event will lead Kreese to change course in Part 3. Additionally, Kwan's death occurred because of Kreese's knife, which will inevitably make him feel responsible. Kreese poisoned Kwan with ideas of violence and resentment. I'm sure Part 3 will show Kreese's redemption, and he'll help Johnny defeat Silver and the Iron Dragons. Finally, let me show you this photo of Daniel and Johnny in a car. But it's not just any car. It's the legendary 1947 Ford convertible that belonged to Sensei Miyagi. This vehicle has already appeared in the series. We know Daniel kept it, but here he is with Johnny. What does it mean? To me, this is a scene from the series finale, long after the tournament. We don't know who will win the Sekai Taikai, but what's clear is that Johnny and Daniel will likely end as great friends. I'd even venture to say this could be the series' final scene. Just imagine, it would be a wonderful moment to end with Daniel and Johnny sharing this iconic car. That's all for today. If you liked the video, you'd really help me out by leaving a like. That would be legendary. Also, remember to subscribe to see more videos like this. Thanks for listening. My name is Charlie, and I'll see you in the future.